guys, Smith Simmons, back with another video. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good,
You
sweetheart.
look good.
Well, thank you, sweetie. Today we got a video from Hardly Initiated. Good content over there. Came across this short where this young lady, well, she's not a young lady, she's probably about my age. She is Prince Ella, the Queen Maker. I've been seeing her little stuff on the web, the YouTubes, the Instagram, and I typically ignore that kind of stuff because it's just buffoonery. It's just something for people to click on and to polarize us more. I want to address it because I think that it's really something that is beginning to pick up speed, especially in our community, and I think it's something we need to talk about.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Married says nothing to me because marriage was made for men anyway. Marriage teaches women to tolerate a lot of trauma and dysfunction and put up with a lot of transgressions that men have. So a man being married for 20, 30, 40 years only tells me that the woman tolerated a lot of abuse, a lot of mental and emotional turmoil for him to even say he's been married that long. I would like to hear women speak all of the joys of being married for so long without the turmoil that comes with it.
So are you saying that relationships should not come with turmoil?
Well, it's gonna come with turmoil if you're dealing with a man. It's gonna come with it. And so women have to be taught to accept that.
Whoa. There's a whole lot of stuff to dissect there. Well, apparently, you've been married for 23 years now, so apparently you put up with a lot of my trauma. I've traumatized you, apparently. So I will give you your opportunity to tell me about all the trauma that I've put you through. Proceed, sweet wife, who I've traumatized.
I think when I watched this, do you remember Tabitha Brown's response to Wendy Williams?
I do. I remember that very succinctly.
I felt like that. That's how I felt. Like, it's obvious to me that you obviously have daddy issues. So that's part one. Looks like you probably have some significant daddy issues. And part two is that you've never really experienced what it is to be loved by a man. You've never really experienced that. You've probably have had, situations, and you've had, hookups and all different kind of things dealing with men, and probably the wrong type of men, because you're probably attracted to the wrong type of man.
Yeah.
Because you are attracted to those things, those qualities that are actually within you. So when I looked at this and just kind of listened to what she was saying, I just heard her pain. I heard her trauma. And the worst thing you can do being a traumatized person is project that trauma onto other people. And 23 years, I have been loved by a man. I mean, really loved and taken care of. For 23 years, I have been treated like a queen. For 23 years, I've been protected, provided for. I have a partner in life that I don't have to get to the end of this thing and look around and see maybe some kids and grandkids and be like, dang, it sure would have been nice to have been loved along the way. I don't have to, that's not my story. I come from that, but that's not my story. Thanks be to God, because I allowed him to heal me. So sis, if you're watching this, watching somebody else, I don't know. If you're watching this though, for real, get some help, get some therapy, because you're hurting. You're so traumatized that you're pushing that off on other people as if it's fact. But there are women like me, and I know a lot of them, that have been well taken care of by a good man.
Well, I'm a coach and counselor before I'm anything else, and I'm also a scholar. So I do my work. Before I get on here and talk to anybody, and I also do my research. So if you watch the whole interview I heard with Tim Ross, she details pretty much how every man in her life has hurt her. Every man in her life has hurt her. And you see this a lot in these spaces where women will say, well, like, who hurt you? When a man is talking about his trauma and things like that, or things that he's been there, say, well, who hurt you? I have to say to her, I understand that you've been hurt, and I understand that you have some issues. My issue with what she's saying is it's damaging to people that are listening. She's getting a following.
Yeah.
She's getting a following because there are women that have been hurt by men, and there are also men that have been hurt by women. Being a human being, trauma is inherent. And we seem to have gotten to a place in our society where we think that we should be able to walk this world unscathed. It is an impossibility. It is an impossibility to walk this world unscathed. And if you do, you are a weak person. Because we human beings are defined by the things that they've been through, either good or bad. And you have to understand that at some point you are going to be hurt. And it's going to happen. And it may come at the hands of your children. It may come at the hands of a significant other. It may come at the hands of your parents. It may come at the hands of somebody that's totally benign. But trauma is inherent to the human experience. As she says, men invented marriage. No, they didn't. Depending on what you believe, and I believe marriage is created by God. Now, marriage as it is today, the original version of marriage was not created by men. It was created for all of us to get together. And I'm a firm believer. As much as I understand female nature and understand male nature, we are better together.
Yeah.
You were made to be together. And you can say different all you want to, but the issue that I have with this woman here is that if you're not going to deal with your crap, do not get in front of a camera. Long before I came before you or she came before you, we did some serious work, and we're still doing the work. The work is never done.
That's right.
Do not get up there and spew your hate on people. Now, there's a difference between truth and hate. And the fact that she's gaining a following is scary to me.
Yeah.
And the fact that she looks like us shows a dysfunction in our community. And, you know, there's a flip side to that. I've seen dudes say some stupid, outlandish stuff on this platform.
Yeah.
However, she is definitely out for the bag, and I think that her and I don't mean to attack her, but I have to talk about her to talk about her points, because if I look at her talking points, there's never been a happy woman on this planet. My parents have been married for 53 years now, 53, 54 years. So they never been married. My mom has never been happy. I see my mom go through having breast cancer 2 times.
Yeah.
I see my father take care of her. And he still does to this day. My father is so intentional about his health because he knows he has to be for his wife.
Yeah.
If that's not love, I don't know what it is. That man gets up every day with the intention to serve his wife and take care of her because she is not well. And that is what he does every day, day in and day out. Probably shortening his own life to take care of her. If that's the self-sacrifice isn't love, then what is it then?
Right.
And I don't see my mom as a traumatized woman. I sure hope that I haven't traumatized you. We've had our issues, of course, and shoot, that goes both ways. Like, where did we get so polarized to where it is just only men hurt women?
You know what else is sad? In her opinion, or in her talking point, she thinks that she's actually doing women justice by exposing this truth.
Well, she's saying that's what women are programmed to think, that they have to basically take less to have a man, and that's just not true. That means you have no autonomy whatsoever, none. And it's counterintuitive, and it doesn't make any sense because it's counterintuitive. That makes zero sense. I've seen as a marriage counselor, we've seen a lot of dynamics within a marriage, and I will tell you unequivocally, when it comes to marriage and you talk about agency, women have more agency in marriage than men do. I know. Oh my goodness. Oh, guaranteed. I've had more men come in my door and sit before us and talk about we ain't had sex in 3 months. I've had more men come in my door and tell us, I'm scared to divorce her because she's going to take all my stuff.
She's going to take the kids.
She's going to take the kids. She's going to take the stuff. I've had that more than I've had her come in and he cheated on me or he beat it on me. These are the things that people love to throw out there, but when you look at the numbers don't match.
Right.
It just doesn't match. So I went out in the comments because, like I said, that's where all the candy is, where the tea is, and men were like, no, this is crazy. And then women were replying back, well, I've heard women say this my entire life, and women are saying this and women. So where are all these so-called good men, these good husbands at? Squeaky wheel always going to get the most noise. Turn your TV on and watch the news, you would think your whole city's burning down.
Yeah.
The bad things are always going to bubble to the top. It is our nature to focus on the negative. That's who we are. That's who we are as human beings. And so all these women talking about all this trauma and all these, I get it. There are some men that have done horrible things, but I guarantee you this. I know more good husbands and great fathers than ever I met bad men.
Yeah, because people don't want to do the work to change and grow. They rather find an excuse. That's what it is. it's much easier to find an excuse as to why I can't keep a man. It's easier to find an excuse as to why I can't attract the right type of man. Surely there's nothing wrong with me, even though my track record of the last 10 shows me if you're looking at data, all you got to do is look at your own. I'm attracting the same type of dude and they all do me wrong. I wonder what's in common. Maybe me? People don't want to do that.
It's because that would require a mirror effect. Nobody likes the mirror. Nobody, you know. And
So I'd rather find me a little pseudoscience or a little talking head that's speaking my language, because my language is I want comfort, I want pleasure, I don't want to grow, and I don't want to be held accountable.
Yes.
So who is out here talking that noise? You can find plenty of them.
Oh yeah, on both sides, men and women.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to get married, that's on you, male or female.
Yeah, you don't have to.
But if you want to be with somebody, you gotta understand that person's not gonna be perfect. They're not gonna meet all your needs. There's gonna come a time when you'll look at them one day and be like, you know what, I don't like you today. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So you gotta be prepared for that going in. And if you go into a marriage thinking that everything's gonna be peaches and cream, and he's never gonna upset you, and she's never gonna upset him, and he's gonna meet every last one of your needs and heal all your trauma. He's gonna heal me, or she's gonna make me feel like I'm the best man on the planet every day. That's not the expectation.
It's not real life.
And it's unrealistic, and it's wrong to put that on another human being because you have not done the work. If you need that kind of validation all the time, you have not done the work. And so if you don't want to do the work, don't get married. Point blank and period.
And if you want to stay happily married, you got to do the continued work. It doesn't stop when you say I do. It's a continued work that you have to do on yourself. It's not just like you said, the other person fixes me. No, baby. You got to do that work continually. And that's how you stay married for a long time. And from one woman to another who's been married and well loved and taken care of for many years, it's great over here.
And with that, that's enough said.